Tonight, the second edition of the Bad Boys head home, ready to close out the series and begin their quest for a championship. Standing in their way, the winningest team in the East. Can they regroup and keep their own trophy hopes alive? Pacers, Pistons, Eastern Conference Finals, Game 6. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Fear the Fro. Sold out crowd. Over 22,000 on hand. The Palace of Auburn Hills. Waiting to see if their Detroit Pistons can close out the Indiana Pacers and advance to meet the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. 2 seconds to shoot. Reggie Miller to inbound. Out to Al Harrington. He takes one dribble and the jumper goes. Wallace has had 2 big games, including a fine performance in Game 5, and he goes baseline to tie it. Artest strong against Prince off the glass. Harrington against Rasheed Wallace, rejected.
You know, you can just see every one of Jamal Tinsley's shots hits the front of the rim because he doesn't have legs, you know.
Phillips. O'Neal finally comes over to cut off his path.
Carlisle told me that he did a great job on.
They charted Rip's shots in Game 5, and they thought over half his shots came off of non-plays other than plays for him.
Rasheed right back out to Prince. Now it's Hamilton with a little bit of a crease against Artest, and he drew the foul. We'll check in with Michelle.
Then Artest can't put his body on him.
Right.
It's when he stands still that Artest is effective.
Here's Artest powering his way through traffic.
That was a good turn, power. Did you see the Red Sea open up?
Sure did.
You know, most people take charges on guards. That's like Earl Campbell coming down a pipe.
Rasheed Wallace, tough catch. Harrington stripped it from behind, and Detroit turns it over. Reggie Miller for 3. Got it. 7-point lead here early for the Pacers. Ben Wallace. They don't expect much offense from him, but it helps when he gives them some. Harrington against Wallace off the glass. Tough shot.
You just don't see it, but he is.
Phillips had it stripped by Artest. 6 to shoot. Crozier again driving, and this time he's fouled from the free throw line in this Eastern Conference Final. Pistons have 2 field goals, one from Rasheed Wallace, one from Ben Wallace in close. Corliss Williamson into the lineup for the first time. Here's Rasheed open on the baseline. Fans had to wait till the Pistons finally scored again before they started their defense chat, and it didn't last long. Ron Artest lights it up for 3. Ben Wallace from behind. Did he save it? Not quite. Anthony Johnson lays it in. Boy, this is all Pacers right now. They look like the team that won 61 in the regular season.
Because his free throw is definitely not a shoot-two.
The headband went flying over to the scorer's table as Freddie Jones, much as he did in Game 5. 7 different Pacers have already scored, including this guy, Fred Jones. Austin Crozier now.
Of giving the ball to Anthony Johnson.
And Detroit struggling mightily.
When you start hearing those things, I heard that for one day, you know.
Does he look great or what?
He looks great. He's not coaching, but he is coaching, if you know what I mean.
Defensive 3-second call. Rip Hamilton will shoot the free throw. He and Chauncey Billups. So many offensive droughts in this series. It's the Pistons right now that are in the middle of one. That time Wallace did try to go up and dunk it, and he still had it rejected. Kenny Anderson on a pick and roll back to Crozier. And
the color is in the paint.
I don't even think his feet were on the floor.
Yeah.
Crozier doesn't have one so far. He's got Jones on him now. Drew a double team. Corliss Williamson blocked by Bender. Boy, there's a lid on it right now for the Pistons. It doesn't matter what distance they're shooting from. Hamilton scores.
He'll make that shot by the 4th quarter.
Hunter trying to feed it to Rasheed Wallace. Hunter Hits the outside jumper. Let's see if Rip Hamilton touches it this trip down court. Mehmet Okur is also in the lineup for the Pistons. And they turn it over. Another opportunity by the board to try to cut into the lead. Lindsey Hunter gets it back. And Kenny Anderson with a foul.
This is a smart move here, going right back to O'Neal.
Ben Wallace almost swiped it from him, knocks it away a second time. And now O'Neal throws it away. Wow. Hamilton is fouled this time. Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, he
pushed
fouled.
off.
Yeah. We might have to think about that right now.
Jermaine O'Neal trying to back in Rasheed Wallace.
I like it.
He scores.
I like it.
Rasheed Wallace forced the pass inside, and Detroit turns it over again. He's been the one offensive constant, and tonight he's not, at least not yet. 5 minutes to play. Fresh shot clock as the Pistons will inbound on the baseline. Wallace to Williamson, along with 6 field goals. That's not a good sign either. Hamilton takes it to the rack this time.
He turned and looked right at the bench. But I got to say, that is something Chauncey has always done.
Wow. Ben Wallace.
Have to stop because that was a made bucket.
Chance to add one. Ben Wallace, they'll give him that all night. The crowd urges him to take it, but he got his own miss. Wow. And he won't miss that one. Probably the rest of the night. O'Neal draws a double team. Prince knocked it away and stole it. Hamilton. Jumper is too strong. Kept alive by Darvin Ham. Phillips tried to feed Ben Wallace. He threw it right to Reggie Miller.
But he didn't want to take it because he knew if he missed it, what would happen?
O'Neal gives it up. Artest will try a triple, and he knocks it down. Ron Artest has been the offense for the Pacers. He's in double figures with 10. The lead goes back to 6. The opportunities for the Pistons to make it a one-point game or tie it have gone by the boards. Rasheed Wallace for 3. Artest looking for a pick from O'Neal. Gives it up, Crozier for 3. Oh, what a big shot by Crozier. It's not the first time that's happened in this series.
Oh, and Larry Brown is furious right now because he knew they had a foul to give and didn't use it, and instead they give up a 3-point shot.
With Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine, what are we to make of this game? What's going on out here?
Both teams are playing hard. We got to make some shots. I got to stop turning the ball over and be a little more effective.
How can you win with 10 points and 7 turnovers in a quarter?
I don't know. I think defense has something to do with it also. We're able to stop those guys, but we got to do a better job on taking care of the ball. We're fortunate enough to have this lead, but we got to turn it up if we plan on taking this back to Indiana.
And you know, the big note has to be made, and when Larry Brown was talking, they understand that this is their last chance at home.
Johnson gives it back. O'Neal from 17.
He's impeding his progress, and that's hurting him. So Rip now is trying to score off the dribble, which is tough to do against Artest.
Tayshaun Prince, almost non-existent offensively in this series, and he couldn't have had 5 better points than the 5 he just scored. Johnson. Phillips strips it twice from O'Neal. Reggie will try it again for 3. And again, he's way long.
And again, Tayshaun Prince is flying at him.
Jermaine O'Neal, top of the circle, and he knocks it home. Hamilton over Artest. Contested, but he dropped it in anyway.
Yeah, and that's the tough way. I mean, taking Ron Artest off the dribble is very difficult, but Rip Hamilton, his ability to pull up off the dribble, he's going to have to try to take Artest off the dribble, which is not going to be easy.
5-point Pacer lead. Artest the leading scorer right now for the Pacers with 10. Remember, Larry Brown talked about the importance of the first 5 minutes of this third quarter. It hasn't been a very productive one so far for Detroit. Here's Rasheed Wallace with Harrington on his hip. Baseline jumper, that's his shot.
Then Al Harrington. It's not like he can grow during the possession.
Artest draws a double team. O'Neal over Rasheed Wallace. Now that's a tough shot.
Lakers twice in the finals as a big underdog. So you know what it's like to beat them. You beat them once of 2 times. Can either of these 2 teams beat the Lakers?
6, 7-footers sitting over there if they could get enough offense. And either one of these teams is going to be relieved into the next series.
Today, tomorrow, or...
There was a time when I was worried we were going to... Rasheed Wallace turns on Crozier. Ben Wallace with a foul.
Boy, that was close. I don't know if that was out of the rim.
When he got that hand on it, and it was going in. Rasheed Wallace picks up the foul. That's his second.
In the second half so far in this series.
Hamilton in traffic.
Boy, I tell you what.
Foul. And Rasheed Wallace, the outlet to Rip Hamilton. In some traffic.
Don't allow any more separation.
So badly. And that happens with teams. It's not a...
Kenny Anderson back in there at the point guard spot, and he just threw it away. Ben Wallace.
He hasn't played in 2 months.
Corliss Williamson's alone on the baseline, and he knocks it down. Anderson threw it away again. Outlet to Hamilton on the run. Rip Hamilton leaves it for Williamson, blocked by Bender.
There's some fatigue in this game. I mean, you can see it. Again, Artest demanded.
Whoa, jump ball.
This is a fast break opportunity for Detroit if the Pacers aren't careful.
And Rip Hamilton ahead to Corliss Williamson. You called it, Doc.
Has brought energy to this Piston team.
Bender.
So it's tough for him to do it. But let me make the point about
Hamilton around a pick. The jumper. Good.
Pacers have ended with 3s.
They'll try one here. And it goes. Wow. Huge shot, just as Crozier's was to end the second quarter. Anthony Johnson knocks it down from 3-point land just before the buzzer. Okur, Hunter, Hamilton, Wallace, and Corliss Williamson on the floor, and it's Rip Hamilton. Pistons got it as close as 1. Bender, offensive foul. Jones got caught behind a pick. Okur with an offensive foul. O'Neal knocks it down. Freddie Jones guarding Rip Hamilton right now. Hamilton in the paint, and 1.
Have gotten themselves in trouble.
O'Neal baseline over Ben Wallace. Oh, what a follow by Crozier. Gives his team a 3-point lead again. Billups for a tie. Got it! Jermaine O'Neal, and the man who's got it right now is Anthony Johnson. The Pistons have their starting 5 on the floor. Miller knocks down a 3. Artest works it down against Tayshaun Prince, and he just picked his pocket.
See again, Brad, you see what he did? He exposed the ball. That's why he's been struggling so far in this series.
They do not want to go back to Conseco Fieldhouse Thursday night. If so, it'll be there on ESPN, and we'll be there with you. Chauncey Billups to try to tie it. Does!
Yeah, he had the strong side. He should have gone up on his strong side.
Anthony Johnson's alone again, and this time he knocks it down. It's Artest on Hamilton again. We've seen it all night. A pass ricocheted to Ben Wallace. Now he moves in with a left hand off the glass.
He wasn't trying to change anything. He was going right through you.
Johnson leaves it for Harrington. He got it blocked by Prince. Another big block by Tayshaun Prince. Pacers have led by as many as 14 in the first half.
Oh, wow. Artest just leveled Rip Hamilton.
And Rip still down, face down.
What Rip Hamilton did was a mistake. Artest mistaked it as something worse, you know, and so he retaliated. The problem was Artest didn't need to retaliate. Physical with Rip Hamilton. I guarantee you.
And come to attention, and Rip Hamilton. Will the two-point lead become more? Chauncey Billups trying to make it so. The follow by Rasheed Wallace. Pistons have their starting five on the floor. Johnson, he's been tough tonight. He leaves it for O'Neal, and he scores. So what else is new, huh? Hamilton trying to feed Ben Wallace. And he throws it away. Terrible possession by the Pistons. Anthony Johnson hoists it up to it. 1:20 left. Hamilton got away from Artest and scored. Trying to get the ball in. A struggle to do so to O'Neal. Now it's Artest driving on Wallace, trying to throw one down, and it didn't go. And Rasheed Wallace with a rebound. A deafening crowd of over 22,000 at the Palace. They can sense it. Tayshaun Prince got it. But is it slipping away for the Pacers right now on the road? They're trying to force Game 7 back home on Thursday. O'Neal over Wallace, scoring.
It's just a 4-point game here.
Here we go in the final half minute of the game. Trying to trap Chauncey Billups, and they can't. Not yet, anyway.
They're close to it.
He gives it up to Tayshaun Prince. 5 on the shot clock. Prince goes up off the glass, and the rebound is Artest.
Find the shooters. Find the shooters.
15 seconds left. Artest, long three. Maybe he's the man that's going to trigger the win. With a big defensive play and a big shot. Ben Wallace!
And the Pistons still have the foul to give, and they're going to use it.
There's Reggie out of the pack. There goes the three. Off the mark. Crozier backs up. Time running out. He forces one and it goes. But it's going to be too little too late. It's a two-pointer for Crozier. The Pistons trying to get it inbounds and throw it in. And for the first time in 14 years, the Pistons go to the NBA Finals. They're the 2004 Eastern Conference champions. And now the thoughts immediately go to how do these guys match up against the Lakers? You heard what Chuck Daly said. They got all those 7-footers they can keep running at Shaq, but I don't know if that'll be enough either.
Well, they have a lot of bodies, number one. And they are a great defensive team. And in this series, now you're going to find out if it was bad offense or the Detroit Pistons defense. I think the country is going to be very surprised how good defensively the Pistons are.
And for Joe Dumars, the entire Pistons organization, and the great fans of Detroit, it's on to the final.